Alright, so I thought I'd try a little different video. You guys can actually see my face in this one. Um, Yesterday I changed the fluids in the Ford. Changed the engine oil, transmission fluid, and the rear end differential fluid. I changed the oil filters. I bought fuel filters, but I haven't changed them yet. The tank needs cleaned. I bought the air filter. I got it today. I'm going to put it in. And I videoed doing all the fluid changes and everything, but it turned out to be almost an hour long, and I had the radio playing in the background, and you can hear about every song. So instead of fighting copyright issues with YouTube, I figured I would just make a little video explaining what I did, and I will explain a little bit more about the alternator issue that I posted about. I did take it to Napa, and my local Napa store does not test alternators, so I had to go over to the next one, and they tested it, and they said it was low voltage, like 12 volts, and he said it was squeaking, like it had a bearing was going bad, and there's something rattling in it. So, let's see, good spot to hold the camera. Yeah, we'll do that. So he checked it. He said he would probably return it. I said, well, it don't work, so I got to return it. But the guy that I ordered it from was actually the same guy that tested it at the other Napa store. He must have been filling in for somebody. So I got it sitting on the bench, the alternator here, the old one, and I'll try to do my best to explain the way I believe this one works, because it's kind of weird. So in order to do this, I got to pause the video and flip the camera around. So give me a second. Alright, so my light just went out, but okay, so this alternator, the way I believe it works, and I was going to ask the guy who tested it, and I forgot. I run off and I forgot to ask him how he connected it to his tester. But the way I took the old alternator out of the truck, the ground cable goes here, and it's got the charging lead to the battery goes here, and that was all that was hooked up. And the other one had this plug here. It says pull out to set voltage. It's got low, 2, 3, and high. And the guy at Napa messed with it when he was testing it. But you pull it out, and it's got these two little prongs on it, and you can see that you can adjust it around in there. I played with that, it didn't work. And everybody's been saying that it needs a wire from the ignition, and I was doing some research, and they have self-exciting alternators that just need power from the battery, which that gives you power from the battery. I don't know if this one's one or not, but it would almost have to be, because there's nowhere else to hook a wire to. Everybody said, well, what about this stud here? Well, I tried doing a jumper wire, and that just sparked, but it doesn't even have threads or anything on it. So I don't know what it's for. I think it's some sort of ground, or goes to ground, because it sparks when you put any power to it. And then I watched a video about self-exciting alternators, and if they don't work, the way they work, from my best understanding, is they have some residual power stored in the magnets, and when it senses rotation, it kicks on. Well, if they sit for a while, they can lose that. And this alternator was tested back in October of last year, and sitting, it might have lost its residual power. But you're supposed to jump power to one of the two spades for your regular connector, where this red plug is. That's a bad way to explain it, but on a regular alternator, there's two prongs in here, down here, that a plug plugs into. and you're supposed to jump it to one of them plugs. Well, just out of curiosity, I took that bolt out, and this whole red plug and the black piece, they all pull out, and there's them 2 prongs in there. Well, I tried jumping power to that, and it didn't do anything. So that's when I decided I'll just take it to Napa and they can test it. And I don't know how he hooked it up. I forgot to ask. But he said it was reading about 12 volts. And if they had it hooked up to a battery, which if it's a self-exciting alternator has to be hooked to a battery, it would show 12 volts. So that might have been what I was doing. It should put out about 14.5 to 14.7 volts when it's charging. So hopefully that helps explain the situation a little bit better. It might not. It might make it worse. But because I had a couple people asking me about the red plug, red cap. Yeah, they'd never seen one before. And I'd never seen one before, but this is identical to the alternator that I took off the truck. It's just a remanufactured one. The original part number was 110080. This is 1100177, and it's a 65 amp case for it, where the other one was an 80 amp. But this one, if you read all the information on it, it says it puts out 80 amps and everything. So I got another one coming. It'll be here Tuesday. And hopefully it'll work good. So that's the situation with the alternator. I'll explain a little bit about the fluids. I changed the engine oil. I changed both oil filters. I put 1540 in it. The transmission, I changed the fluid in it, and I found a book on one of the forums. There was a link to the Spicer page, and they had manuals for their transmissions, and this is a ES42-5 Spicer transmission, I believe. And I read what fluid you could put in. You can put 30, 40, or 50 weight engine oil in it, SAE 90 mineral gear oil, SEA SEA or SAE, I don't remember. 80 fluid in it, and I think there might have been another one, but I don't remember. I couldn't get any 90 weight for it, because that's what it recommended for the temperature. Above 0, they said 90 weight. Below 0 was 80 weight. So I ended up getting 80-90 weight. And the difference between 90 weight and 80-90 is 80-90 when it's cold becomes 80 weight, and when it's hot becomes 90 weight, where 90 weight's just 90 weight all the time. So, and it said you can put, well, it didn't say, you can put 80-90 weight in it as long as it doesn't have EPs added to it. And EPs are extreme pressure additives. And from the best I could tell, the gear oil I had didn't have any of that in it. They said that the EPs can cause premature wear. But I filled the transmission up with 80-90 weight, and I filled the rear end up with 80-90 weight. The rear end, I took 3 gallons out of it. I don't know where they filled it up to. It's got 2 plugs on the back, a lower plug and an upper plug. I don't know if they filled it from the upper plug without pulling the bottom plug or what, but 3 gallons of fluid come out of it. And the transmission, automatic transmission fluid come out of it. So I wonder if that's why I have issues with third gear. Third gear, I think the synchronizers are bad in, or going bad, because every once in a while it just grinds going into third gear on an upshift or downshift. And these transmissions are synchronized except first and reverse. Synchronizers, they said, would probably make it hard to go into gear for those gears. but the other ones are synchronized. And I noticed I do have a little bit of an oil leak. There's engine oil leaking there. I want to take this truck up to the car wash and degrease it because it's covered in oil. Find out where it's leaking from. But the air filter, put it in. I went to clean the old one and I got a bunch of dirt out, but it has them red wings. I think they call them angel wings or whatever, red devil wings or something. The little red pieces from the corn. It was full of them. They wouldn't come out of the pre-cleaner that was around the filter. So I opted to get a new one. And I ordered another alternator belt for it. So I can have 2 belts on the alternator and 1 on the air compressor. But I can't put it on until I get the alternator. So I think that's about it. Oh, I was gonna say, if anybody has any suggestions for any videos they want to see, let me know. I don't know what everybody wants to see, or if they just want to watch whatever I post. If they want some longer videos, some shorter videos, give me your ideas. I'm always open for ideas. I do have one I need to make. I might make it today. It's about a trout hatchery that I seen when we was on vacation. It'll be a picture slideshow with 3 little short videos in it. So that'll be coming up. I need to clean the shop. As you can see, it's kind of dirty. I mean, it's not really dirty. It's just there's a lot of stuff in it that needs to be put back. Over by the door over there is real dirty. So I probably won't get any of that. I might take a before and after picture though. It's raining today, thundering. Can't do anything outside. So I'll either work out in the barn cleaning up today, or go inside and make videos, or do a little bit of both. So that's the video for today. I wish the oil changing video would have turned out good, but it was too long, and like I said, the radio's playing and I don't want to fight all the copyright issues. So there's the short video. Well, it's going to be about a 12-minute video, but there's the video today explaining what I did yesterday in a shorter version. And hopefully that helps explain the alternator situation a little bit better. If any of that information gives anybody ideas of what might, if I hooked it up right, or if it needs to be hooked up different, or anything, hopefully that helps. As far as I know, you just hook the ground cable up to it and the connection to the battery. So if I find anything else out, I'll let you know. But anyways, thanks for watching.